So one of my favorite things is when people get very mad about something that is unambiguously true. In this case, today's example is people getting mad, upset about a story in Bloomberg about how cities are just much safer than small town America, contrary to what are very common perceptions. Now, this is the piece, New York City is a lot safer than small town America, by Justin Fox. And it makes the subtitle here, Rising Homicide Rates Don't Tell the Whole Story. When you dig deeper into data on deaths, you'll find the more urban your surroundings, the less danger you face. This is an opinion piece, but opinion journalism typically means that the author is using the tools of journalism to make an argument, to make a case. And here, I think Fox makes a very persuasive case that when you look at the full picture of the data, both homicide rates and deaths from accidents, from vehicles, from all sorts of stuff, you'll find that you'll probably be safer in a big city than a small town, and certainly you'll be safer in New York City than you will in many other places. In this chart, the safest counties in America, sort of, you have deaths from selected external causes per 100,000 people. That's homicides, car crashes, all sorts of things. And you'll see New York City is, or the some of the boroughs of New York City, Staten Island, Queens County, New York County, Manhattan, are among the safest places in the country to live. You'll look here, you have an Atlanta suburb, you have a Chicago suburb, you have Columbus, Ohio suburbs. Suburbs of these big cities are pretty safe places in the cities themselves. And even if you're looking at just homicides, New York City, I think, has a homicide rate of 5.7 per 100,000 people, compared to a state like Oklahoma, which has a homicide rate of, I think, about 7.4, 7.3 per 100,000 people. And so the point is that, contrary to public perceptions, New York City isn't a particularly dangerous place to live. And many cities are often quite safe places to live once you factor in every single possible cause of death, in addition to homicides. Now, there's a whole conversation to have about why people perceive cities as being so dangerous. I think you can kind of intuit some of the reasons, but it's worth saying, it's worth just putting out there that perceptions like these often have far less to do with the actual data than they do with long-standing narratives that people absorb either consciously or unconsciously. When it comes to safety in cities, it certainly is a pervasive idea in our culture that to be in an urban place is to be unsafe, and that generally just isn't that true.